Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode from the Demon Overlord. Today, we'll be doing an unbagging slash unboxing of these new kind of weird special miniatures. I have no clue where they came from or what series are set. But if any of you guys happen to know what these are from here, do please comment below. I'm curious as to what they came from and if there's more of them because they're just so interesting looking and they could be useful for D&D. So let's get open the first package here. This one is actually the more full, scientific. I think the other one's more sci-fi, but well, you be the judge of that when we get to it. Oop, almost lost the dwarf there. Yeah, so let's start with this guy almost lost. So first up here we have this little dwarf, and he's just a dwarf bowman or crossbow guy. Pretty rounded stats, he's not super sharp detail, but still very nice detail all the same. He can actually have ripples in his clothing. Got some little bit of gear, like a little hand axe there, a little crossbow quiver. Some nice little leather armor. Brian, this guy got a good little braided beard that dwarves have. So we got a nice dwarf, and he actually fits, as you can see, very well. So move these over here, the pile over here until we get there. As you can see, he's pretty good. Let's grab a miniature from D&D to compare size. So let's find a good medium character, which I don't know why suddenly they're all gone over here. Well, screw it. Jesus. Here's my Fire Fist mini. As you can see, next to a human, he is shorter in height, and he's about a medium. So his base may not be a perfect thing for it, but hey, still a great piece. Always could use some more dwarves. Speaking of dwarves, we have another dwarf here, which is a good paladin or a good fighter to barbarian dwarf. I mean, probably not barbarian because barbarians don't really use shields all that much. Really cool here. Oh, there we go. Now I got the camera work better. Nice hand axe here for a war axe. Also, yet again, braided. Has more armor on his body. Nice little cape, little roughed edge on it. So really good there. Then we have this weird, I don't know what to call it, horseman, because it's really obviously too small to be a human on a horse. Let's grab a human mini here for quick comparison. And he's way too short. So maybe some type of fey horseman or something like that, or maybe he's a halfling or a gnome riding on a very small pony. I mean, pretty cool though. I mean, I like him. He's a pretty cool looking dude. Not bad. It'll be a nice special thing. Let's see. Oh, there he is. I thought there was another dwarf in there. Here's another dwarf we got right here, which is a dwarf fisherman looking guy, or he could be a barbarian. I mean, he's got a nice big heavy steel ended net or ball ended net, rocks, whatever. Use that to weigh down his opponent, then run up and hit him with the axe over and over. Another small guy we got here. I don't know what this is. It looks like a drake of some sort of, or a wyvern or a drake. But it reminds me of Lord of the Rings because he had this really demonic sort of looking creature with a little guy on the back and a cloak. There's a little sword there that's obviously molded to the body because they couldn't separate it for its sculpt. But it's nice. It's a nice piece. It is a nice piece. He would be small, so I just need to find I guess some race that's really tiny, like a quickling or something, riding on a drake for a mount. And then we get to this guy here. This one is actually probably one of my favorites in the set. The other stuff's great, but this is really awesome. We have this really big goat, war goat, as I like to call it, because he's really big. Riding on a nice base, a nicely made terrain base there with nice rocks and stuff. And we have a big old human warrior on the back. Now, obviously, his spear will be probably needing a little heat treatment. Oop. His head actually comes off. I don't know why they would do that for aesthetic purposing. As you can see there, it does actually go in a little peg. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. Nice war goat here. I love the details on the goat. It'd be really awesome. I know someone made a reference when they saw this in the bag, and they go, why don't you just cut the guy off? I'm like, yeah, that's a lot of work for what could be a nice mounted guard. Because this goat's already going to have tons of saddle stuff on him. Why ruin him by doing that? And then we got the last guy here, which is why he called it a Sarhawargan Dwarven set. As we have this big bear shark creature. I'm sorry, I have no better words for it because I'm seeing aspect of bear mixed with a little bit of fish and then shark everywhere else. like, honestly, an interesting sculpt nonetheless. But it also is apparently smart enough to wear, like, a pants and, like, what look to be bare boots, maybe? Like, I'm not sure if those are boots, because, like, you have this cuff here. So I'm not sure if he's wearing pants. I mean, I could have him wearing pants just to be safe, because, like, he looks like he's got, like, stuff here, like, see the little adornments on the legs. So it's either from this being a like a more of a cloth over him, but or his cloth. Now, obviously, he had a tail or something, but doesn't seem to be here with it. So I'll probably have to fill that in with some green stuff so that way it's not like a weird gaping hole on his backside. So, and then we got the nice shark fin there and some fur again, which makes you think this is some type of abomination, but really cool though. He is large class. I mean, obviously, if we took him and put it next to like a mini here from large class, let's go with a ogre, something that's also bipedal. As you can see, he could definitely compete with ogres. Like he could be maybe like a strain of maybe sea ogre or like a water ogre, maybe, and like all their fur happen to grow out of their back and arms and stuff like that. I mean, I don't know. But as you see, he's not really 100% matching with the set. Neither is the Goat Man. They all seem to be made of different plastic. These, I think, came from a board game. These two, I don't know where they came from. Like I said, anyone out there, if you watching this video and you know where these guys came from, let me know because I have no clue. But I might be interested more in finding some more out there because these are pretty cool sculpts. Next up, we're getting on with the other ones. So I'm going to just open here. Get all pulled out of the bag. Hopefully, I don't lose them on the floor or anything. That really kind of hurt my feelings. Here we go. We got us a weird little warrior guy, futuristic style with the head helmet. Weirdly enough, he has like Mad Maxian looking armor, but like he has enough apparently to have a breathing apparatus. Could possibly be a character indeed. Maybe it's like some psycho cultist that they won't breathe the air outside because they know it's like it's not purified by their god. Here's what could be like a priest of that society. Nice Mad Maxian styled warrior guy here. And these guys, as you can see, are way better for D&D scaling because let's grab a human here for scale. They are in scale pretty much. I think their base is a little bit higher, but other than that, they are in good scale there with my fire-fisted guy there, and he's just a regular human, so they would be good humans or whatever the hell you want them to be. Then we got a gun guy here, so, you know, maybe if you want to have a little bit of some space age stuff invading your D&D, you know, some people from the stars type joke. Here we got another shooter. I'm guessing probably like some type of cleric of the group. He's got a little cross on his shirt. Or medic, maybe. Probably medic. Looks like he's pulling on medical gear. I don't think he even has a weapon on him, so. Yeah, you know, nice medic. And then we got a female. I think it's a female, at least. I'm assuming it's based on the sculpt here. Yeah, I'm guessing it's a woman with like flashlight and a gun. Yeah, but like I said, if you wanted them to be a nice like little space age edition, maybe they come from the stars to invade our world because their world is dying or some bullcrap, and we just kill them anyway because we're all a bunch of murder hobos, as most groups are made of. But now we get to the creatures in their pack that were really interesting to me. This slithering mass of what look to be like entrails and stuff. I don't know what they are. But God, that looks cool. Like they look very aggressive and creepy. Like it's just a like writhing mass of stuff. There you go. Really cool. Let's see. Next up here we got us weird worm monster. Like two tendril tails, like worm tails. Big old body here. We got like a head. Now, I did have one interesting thought when I was sitting there with my friends. We looked at these things because they looked through the bags and they go, you know what they kind of remind me of? They go, they look like something from Halo in a bit, like the Flood. But then I also another idea. I go, what about the Eldrazi from Magic the Gathering? As there are no real Eldrazi minis other than Magic the Gathering's one set. And these things are kind of doing that. Like as you can see, this humanoid here is getting his body blown up to become the host for this creature. That would be a perfect thing for what Eldrazi do to humanoids. Like they mutate, warp them, and turn them into their need. So I think he'd be a really cool, like they'd be just cool Eldrazi monsters. Maybe that's a spawn pile. Maybe that's a fresh Eldrazi spawn. And then that's like an Eldrazi hybrid, or something like that. We're going to take a break from the monsters here. There's something I thought that was kind of interesting. It's a robotic crab creature. It is a very interesting sculpt, to be honest. Kind of like him a lot. But I mean, his base is this clear little base here. So I have to super glue him onto it because he's, but I mean, like, he could be a good, like, just terrain piece. I mean, he sits on his own. And I mean, he could be a nice little dwarven construct. Maybe its job is to, like, just hold things. Like, you hand it to the claw, it sets it in the back for storage. Maybe this thing is taken with them on missions, like to hold all their ores and things and the mines. Something that dwarves would make in their spare time to help their lives, because that's what dwarves do. They build little tech to make their lives a little easier as they mine and craft stuff all day long. And here we come with another medium class creature. I mean, obviously, it could be large. Could just rebase and put a large base under it. Get this nice big old worm monster. I mean, you could use this for a Grick, but I think Eldrazi, because it's got tentacles coming out of it. Or maybe it could be like an Eldrazi infested Grick, which would be even cooler, like an Eldrazi worm sort of thing going on. Like the tentacles are going to sprout as the Eldrazi phase morph and infect everything. And then we got this big baddie here that's definitely a large class creature. We got this big tentacled version of that one, but even more tentacly and gnarly. Some big teeth. It's got just like a black hole there. I don't even know what's at the base of that. I don't even know if it actually ends in there or if it's just a cavity. But it's got really nice skin detail going. It does have the exterior. So obviously this could be an aberration. Like an Eldrazi, as they're not from our plane of existence, so they would be like an outsider. Kind of might need a little bit of smoothing on the base. It's a little rounded, so it might not glue well. So I might take a sander to that just to sand it flat, so it sits a little bit flatter. But I mean, otherwise, it rolls only a little bit. And as you can see here by size, it is a big monster. Yeah, very big one. And very aggressive. And it'd make a great Eldrazi monster. So on top of that, while I was on eBay, I saw someone selling a Safari Mini, or a Safari figure, which, as everyone knows, it's just a toy for kids, as they usually say. But I thought it'd be really great for D&D just because how cool it is. And it is this big guy right here. A jungle dragon. And I thought, dang, that is a really well-made sculpt. I like the big old chest scales here across his stomach. I love the nice forestry amalgamation going on there. Big old thicket tail with interesting horns that are actually branches. Like, really cool. I like the eyes there, how one eye's there. Really cool. I like how his feet are kind of like tree trunks, so he can blend in. I'd say in a jungle setting or forest setting, this guy would have, like, advantage for stealth. Like, you just wouldn't even notice it until it's too late. I mean, even has, like, a tree knock hole, like it would have there on the back leg. Got some mushrooms growing right here. A little bit of some fungus growth. Some right here. I think that's supposed to be like that, the wisp type stuff you get growing from certain trees. They have that, like, sort of willowish, like, downward flow. I mean, otherwise, it's a really great creature. I mean, I'm not even going to waste my time basing it. It's just so big. He's obviously gargantuan. I mean, he's huge next to any creature. So, And that happens to be all the miniature that I got in this recent eBay edition to my miniatures. Definitely looking forward to painting these guys, making them look cool and badass. And, I'll be posting them on Twitter, guys. So if you want to follow me on Twitter, I'm at 01Berserker. And if you want to follow the podcast where we actually put these minis to use on the table, go to the Dice and Dummies. You can find us on Stitcher, Pinecast, all that stuff where you can find podcasts for D&D. We're on all those sites. We're called the Dice and Dummies because we take the strange out-of-the-box route. Or we like to also slap our DM in the face by saying, oh, you made a great plan. Yeah, we do the opposite and go around the whole entire thing and like kind of just backtrack for a bit. And then surprise, we've like just undermined your whole entire plan and made it an easy fight because we did something stupid. Because that's us. We do stupid things. But it makes you laugh. And that's all that matters is we make you laugh and have a good time. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for you today. Like I said, tune into the podcast, The Dice and Dummies. We always appreciate reviews. We love hearing from fans or if they have questions or ideas. We'll answer them on the next recording if we get a good question or answer. I'm at 01Berserker. The rest of our group, you can find our accounts on there if you happen to have your favorite character and you want to follow that person specifically on Twitter. All of our handles are at the end of the episode, so watch till the end of the episode. You get our handles. And that's all I got for today, guys. Bye-bye and stay tuned.